Hi everyone, it's Simone Watson, and I'm going to get the more serious part of this video out of the way before we get to the fun part, so to speak, which is, if you've seen my video, Black Writers, you don't owe anybody anything. You can understand that in June, in the wake of George Floyd's murder, I kind of had some difficulties with my writing. And so, I've just been kind of trying to figure out, like, what I want to do next and where I fit into the, picture of Black writers, if that makes sense, and like what I'm supposed to do. And so I said to myself at some point, I was like, you know what, September 1st is going to be a new start, and I'm going to be, I'll have had some time to feel better, and I'm going to draft, and I'm going to draft whatever is the most fun to me at that time. It doesn't have to be marketable. It doesn't have to be for anybody else. It can just be for me. I'm just going to draft what I want, and that's going to be September. So I've been thinking that for a few weeks. And then a few weeks ago, Kate Kavanaugh did this announcement that she's doing Milwordy. And Milwordy is a year-long challenge to write 1,000,000 words. And it was so funny because she has this video, it's called like My Year-Long Writing Challenge. So as soon as I saw Kate Kavanaugh's doing a challenge, I was like, me too! And I didn't know what it was. So I click on it and she's like, I'm doing a challenge. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, it's 1,000,000 words in a year. And I'm like, yeah. So because I just feel like Kate Kavanaugh is really cool, and because this challenge, when I thought about it, is also really cool, I was like, this is something that I want to try. So it gave me even more to be excited about in September. And then last weekend happened. And what happened last weekend is that in Kenosha, Wisconsin, which is near Milwaukee, this is going to be tough because Milwordy reminds me of Milwaukee, and it's like, But in Kenosha, Wisconsin, Jacob Blake was shot at close range 7 times by police officers. He did survive, but that doesn't, he's paralyzed from the waist down, and his survival doesn't change the unfortunate fact that the police officers acted with complete disregard for his life. And so it was a reminder to me that we really, really are still in this fight. We are still in this fight to make the country understand that Black Lives Matter, and to like uproot the racism that has permeated almost every system that exists in the United States. So much that so much of our country's infrastructure was built on a racist foundation. And so I am outraged, and it almost was like, well, dang, thought I was going to be feeling better in September, and what am I going to do now? But I thought about it, and I was like, I still want to do Milwordy, and I still want to draft, and I still want to keep writing for a few reasons. And one is because I feel like more and more, I feel like there are things I want to say. There are things I want to say to the world. And as I said in my video about Black writers, I feel like, as Black people, whenever we write or like actually do anything, we are we're protesting just by living, just by going on with what we're doing. And I don't want to, I don't want to give up the thing that I love because I'm mad. And so I had that period of time where I had to take a break. And if you have to take a break, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm like, I want to come back into this. I want to have something to be excited about. I want to rediscover the joy in my writing, which is something that someone told me, and I really love that phrasing. I just want to do the thing I love. And so I'm going to do the thing that I love, and I'm going to let all of my emotions, good or bad, fuel me to do that thing, because I am still protesting, just in my own way. So that was longer than I thought that part of the video was going to be, but I just felt like I wanted to tell you what was on my mind. And I am planning to do Milwordy. I am planning to write 1,000,000 words. However, I have modified it a little bit. Kate Kavanaugh is doing 1 year, which is, she's going from September 1st to, September 1st, 2020 to August 31st, 2021. And I think that's great. But for myself to make it a little bit more manageable, I decided to go from September 1st, 2020 all the way to the end of the year, 2021. Just so I have more time, just so on average I can do like 60 something thousand words per month. I had it written down. I don't know if I had it written down. Like, I think it's 62,500, so that I can do that instead of 83,333. But for those people that are going for the 83,000, like, I'm rooting for y'all. I'm in your corner. I'm in everybody's corner that's doing Milwordy. Like, I am so excited about this. I just love it. I love it. And so one of the possible questions you may have is, what am I gonna write? Okay, so that's a question I've been asking myself since before I even decided to do this challenge. I was thinking I would draft something in September and also draft something in November, and like in between I would like revise or you know, something. So I was going back and forth on what to draft among like about 3 projects. One of them I know for sure I'm going to place on November. And so that's going to be the adult thriller that I started last NaNoWriMo. So that one is, unless something changes, this is all a tentative plan. That one is supposed to be my project for this coming NaNoWriMo. And then I actually have a schedule. And then this September, which is starting in a few days, I've been going back and forth between 2 projects and I have to figure it out. It's Friday now. I have to figure it out by Monday night. So there's that. So one of those projects is the one I talked about in my Black Writers video. Also the one where I added this Black Lives Matter kind of subplot and then I got sad and didn't want to write anymore. So at this point, it's been a while, and a few days ago I was like, I may be ready to write that. I may really want to write that, but I haven't exactly finalized the plot. I've gotten to know this character, and when I write, I often pants, and what I have to do is know the character very, very well, feel like I can hear the character's voice in my head, and generally like know the other characters too, not just the main character. And I have to know an inciting incident. I did have an inciting incident for this one, but I'm not sure. So I'm really thinking about it. It is about a Black autistic young woman in the year 2030 when things are different, things are looking different. You know, the Black Lives Matter tension is still there, and Black people are getting reparations, which is great. But as we all know, as soon as you get some money, you know, as soon as you get some, you know, you're doing well for yourself, it's gonna be somebody that calls and is like, I'm your distant cousin, blah blah blah, can I have some money? And so a lot of things are happening in this book. And one of those things is like, now you're Black, everybody wants to like get something from you because now you getting some money. So I'm still trying to figure out like inciting incident and blah and blah. I had an inspiration on it a couple days ago. I wrote some of it yesterday to actually test out how quickly I could write 1,000 words. It took me approximately 30 minutes and 6 seconds. So I gotta get that down to 30 minutes now because I'm like, I want to compete with myself, if that makes sense. So we'll see. That might be the project for September. If not, I gotta push it back to another time. And the other option for a project for September is Tethered, which I wrote in 2016, and it was 31,000 words, which is really short. And so now the idea is to change it to YA, because it was adult, and make it way longer, because even as a YA, doesn't need to be no 31,000 words, you know, it needs to be longer. And I'm planning to change the plot. So Tethered is basically about a world where everyone has soulmates, and the main character Tethered is autistic also. She's a woman, but she's a girl, she's 17. I just don't want to tell you too much about it, about how I'm changing the plot. But again, it has to do with soulmates. Do I believe in soulmates in real life? Well, that's a loaded question. But in this book, they exist. And so finally, I want to show you, in a separate video, I'll show you all the supplies, because I got a ton of supplies from Staples for Milwordy. And when I tell you something, I love office supplies. It may sound so strange, but like, give me like some pens and some notebooks, and like, I am just like, you know, I love it. So I made a little chart for myself of what I'm going to draft. This chart is based on the assumption that Tethered is going to be the project for September. But see how I have some stickers? Pink sticker means draft. Pink sticker means draft. Orange sticker means first revision. Green sticker means second revision. And yellow means editing. So I would be doing the line edits and everything of, you know, for myself. This is a tentative plan of what I'm going to draft and edit, etc., in each month. And if you notice, I left 4 months blank at the end of 2021. This is because, okay, here's a thing that I want to say, and it's a little bit scary because I'm saying it out loud. My dream is to be published. And okay, y'all probably know that. But my dream right now, it's so scary to say, but I'm gonna say it. My dream is to have a book deal, at least one book deal, could be more, for at least one book, could be more, within the next year. I said it. I don't have a literary agent yet, so we got to go through that step. But it's really very, very close to my heart. So I have left some months blank because 17 Letters, which is my book that I want to sell, when it sells, then I may have to do like developmental edits on some particular time, and then line edits and things like that. So I may have to shift the schedule around and different things. And Furlough is the one that's the most similar to 17 Letters. So if that sells and somebody's like, well, we want you to write more YA contemporary because now you have a brand. I know, I'm sorry, I sound so weird saying this, but like, I believe it's going to happen. I believe that the book deal is going to happen. So if my agent or somebody is like, we want you to write more YA contemporary, then I may be moving Furlough earlier in the schedule, and everything else is different. So we will see. Okay, so now I have told you out loud my dream. Not sorry. I'm very excited for it. I want to know, are y'all doing Milwordy? Talk to me. You know, I love this community. I love AuthorTube. I love just us being able to encourage one another and like run the race together, which reminds me of Hebrews, which is, they're not talking about that type of race of writing, but they're talking about like running the race of life. I'm trying to remember what verse it is, Hebrews 12:6 or something, of running the race that is set before us. I'll have to check and put that in the description. But thank you so much for watching. I want to know what y'all are up to, and yeah, I'll see you soon, and I will do that haul of the stuff that I got from Staples. And here is a hint, I am planning to make a Kanban board, so I got some supplies with that in mind. Okay, so I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.